It is very important to know where you come from. That determines where you are going. And I'm a firm believer of that. That's what my mom used to say. And we are very proud of where we come from. We are proud of the Teslasdal legacy of our ancestors. It is who we are. It is our place of origin. And that is what my business is all about. That is what the Teslasdal legacy is about. I'm Bereen Souls. I'm the owner of Teslasdal Wines here in the Hemel en Aarde. And I produce a Pinot Noir and Chardonnay that is sold internationally and nationally. I was born and bred in Teslasdal, which is a small farming village in the Overberg, and the name comes from Johannes Teslaar, who was a captain in the Dutch army in the 1700s. And when he died in 1810, he left his property to his then freed slaves. So I'm a descendant of those slaves. My parents still live there. I came here about 24 years ago as the nanny to Anthony Hamilton Russell's children on Hamilton Russell Vineyards, which is an established wine farm since 1975. And I soon became part of the team. So a month into nannying, Anthony steered me into the wine business side of things. And in 2014, he offered me the opportunity to wholly own my own business as a wine producer. So Anthony Hamilton Russell gave me the startup cost to start my own business. And that's what I did in 2014. And the first wine was produced in 2015, which was a Teslasdal Pinot Noir production. I outsourced my grapes on a grapes contract. And my business model is really 80% export, 20% local sales. The name Teslasdal comes from my hometown, and my marketing is based around Teslasdal. You know, I took the name of my hometown, I trademarked it, and I named my business after where I'm from, as well as the label design and everything around it. So it's just natural for me to start a new wine appellation in Teslasdal. And it's also a place where at the end of 2019, I cleared out my business bank account and bought a 16.68 hectare property cash in Teslasdal to plant grapes, erect a cellar, live the dream of farming. I've got two sons, aged 20 and 13. So they are the successor plans for my business. And I'm trying to establish a first family farming generation for them back in my hometown. The second proudest moment in my life was when I purchased the Teslasdal property. The first proudest was when we took the grapes off and we had the packed bottle, and I was showing it at wine shows like under the table from the Hamilton Russell Vineyard stands. It's an unexplainable sense of pride, and to share that with my two sons was like the ultimate feeling, because I'm, you know, whatever I'm doing, I'm establishing this first family farming for us, which is the first also in Teslasdal, and it's a very nice feeling of history in the making. At Hamilton Russell Vineyards, we've always been inspired to empower, you know, the next person, and we donate to the Teslasdal United Rugby Club, of which they basically keep the young men off the streets and into sports, which is also a very good thing in our area, especially also where a community is basically 80% growing up without fathers. I have a lot of demand for people wanting to visit Teslasdal and to visit my, you know, my home and my farm. And that's what I do. I take them on the whole, from my farm right through the community of Teslasdal. We end up at my house in Teslasdal, my parents' house, and we do the tastings there. And gosh, I would say it's almost a 60-40 split between international and local visitors. By entering this female entrepreneurial competition, should I win, the monies would definitely be used, plowed back into the property, and eventually have, you know, my 10 hectares of vineyards established as I planned it out. Winning this competition as a female entrepreneur would elevate my business status as well as myself, and it will also inspire other females, other women in farming, in commercial farming, in production, in processing, to aspire to more greatness and to put your heart and soul into what you believe in, what you know, to be sure that this business will continue for the next generation and generations to come, leaving behind the Teslasdal legacy.
I'm Libra Jacobs, and I am one of the shareholders and the founder of Fruit Lips. Fruit Lips is an agri-processing plant, and we specialize in jams, preserves and marmalades, and most recently sauces, and we deliver it to the retail world, of which our big client is Woolworths. I always used to joke that this would be my retirement job. Lo and behold, when I was 22 years old, the opportunity arose where we could actually purchase the company, and Fruit Lips started. We are 3 shareholders. It is myself, and then my mother Deirdre, and then Eloise, which is very dear to my heart. We grew up together, and she's from the area as well. And the 3 of us are 3 dynamic women with 3 different age categories. But I think together we make a mean team. We're in the fruit industry, so that's where the fruit part comes from, and Lips came with females. And the add-on to it is that I like wearing bright lipstick, and Eloise loves wearing red lipstick, and my mother also likes wearing bright lipstick. So then Fruit Lips was born from that. Fruit Lips is situated in Piketberg, on Piketberg Mountain, and we basically in the heart of one of the big fruit farming regions in South Africa. Beautiful area, it's a rural community, and Eloise and I were born and bred from Piketberg, and we always wanted to put back into the community, hence why we chose the location. Our staff is all from either Piketberg or they are from Piketberg, and our team is near and dear to us. We are like one big family. We currently 24 employees together, all of us, and when we started the company in 2014 we were only 9. And every time Woolworths opens their doors for Eloise to develop another product, we have the opportunity to employ more people. We are taking on our next 5 new lines, and for 2025 and 2026 we are focusing on more bulk product, and it's all in the ready-made direction, because South Africa is a country for convenience, and our ready-made meals is a big part of any shop technically. And we also focus on welfare. We focus individually on our staff. We're small enough to be able to do it. We always try from a company's perspective to make sure that we give our staff the best we possibly can. In the area where we live, in the community, it's a tight-knit community. There is a couple of big farmers, but Eloise and I and Deirdre all feel that we can make a difference in our area. And living in a rural area, you've only got one option. It's either leaving the area where you grew up to work somewhere else or become an agri-worker. Agri-worker is hard, it's not an easy job, and we actually offer an alternative. If there's agri-workers, they have children, the children need schooling, and all the farms has daycare centers that starts from when the children are 4 months old up until when they're 18 years old. But children need a full stomach to be able to do their work and to study properly. So what we can do is we can offer something to put on bread. So what Fruit Lips does is we call it a reject jar, and that we donate to the creches in our area, and we also do it to the old age home in Piketberg. And for me, entering Fruit Lips in the competition, winning it or not winning it, it's for us putting our word out there and inspiring other people to build in your own community and focus on something that you can create a business, you can generate an income from something in your community. We closed off the previous financial year at a 12 million turnover, and we are aiming at our 2025 financial year at a 16 million turnover, and we are hopefully by the 2034 we will be able to reach our 50 million target. Just being acknowledged as a company for what we've put in and we've really grinded to get to the point where we are on the radar of corporate retail companies for them to want to put our products on their shelves. Our motto is spread the love, and it's spread the love, meaning your love for food, your love for the community, your love for our country.
I'm very passionate about production of food, especially that the young people, the people right from the early learning centers have to eat healthy. People that are old, people that are not very well, they can eat healthy. And also it's therapeutic in the sense that when you're working with soil, it also gives you some kind of relief in your body. Hi, my name is Lillian Masebenza, born Mnisi from Mpumalanga, I'm here in Cape Town. I'm retired, and in my retirement, I'm doing urban agriculture. I was working with my parents in the actual plowing, so I have to be used to go in front of the ox. And from there, I had this love of agricultural part, because we would harvest all things that are nice that we could be eating. And I felt, let me also take this knowledge and share it with other people. Why? To help produce food, to help people produce their own food so that we don't go hungry unnecessarily. Today we talk about this, it has to be organic. But all this is what I'm saying from my parents' side. They didn't use anything poisonous on the soil. They didn't feed, they didn't inject, they didn't do all of those things. So I've taken that as well. What motivated me to enter this competition is that if other people see what we can do in a small space like this, instead of sitting, maybe complaining, use what you have to attract what you need. The major challenge first is not to have land, proper land where we can do all of this. I have to improvise everything that is here. The second one is that our water is very salty. But so how we have overcome that one is that we have tanks where we can to harvest the rainwater so that we can neutralize the well water that we have got that is quite salty. But it's not enough, because by the end of summer, then you find we have depleted our water. What I enjoy about doing what I'm doing, working with people from the communities, working with survivors of gender-based violence, working with children at early learning centers, is just to see what is it that gets taken on and used. I also work with interns that come from overseas who have done whatever in a theoretical, and they are looking to work in the practical space. I'm busy with my master's, and that master's is related to what I'm doing, into saying how can we get more people with disabilities to be included in what we're doing, because I've already seen that just working with them in the agricultural space, as you've seen how they build, how they do their thing, how they link with the community. So they are not more looked at those people, they are part of the community. We have dedicated a space, safety home. They can come and learn something so that when they leave the safety home, survivors of the gender-based violences, I put them, they have something they can take with. So we have that relationship with them as well. We also help them to start soup kitchens so that the vegetables that they are making, they know how to make food for themselves. What I'd like to achieve when I win this competition is to add to what I have. What I'm looking at, which I've been researching so much of, is to bring in aquaponics that we'll be working with. So I'm hoping entering this competition, those who see it, those who read about it, they will know Manigingi, and Manigingi Center of Excellence is about showing the people that you can utilize the very small space that you have. Food production, it doesn't matter how poor you are. You have to eat something, but food is something that will never go away from the human being.
Ek is Marlin Striegels, dis my pa Edward van die Kerk en dis my suster Jolande van die Kerk. Ons is op Protea Plaas in Elgin Valley in Grabouw. Ons boer met appels. Op die oomblik buite in die veld het ons omtrent so 33 hektar appels. Waarvan 5 hektar is nie draand, so dis nog jong boontjies. Ons besigheid se naam is Nitaflow Pty Limited. In terme van aandeelhouer, is my pa 20% en ek en my suster elkeen 40%. Ons het in 2013 begin, die plaas. 2016 het ons 'n 30 jaar hier kontrak gekry met die departement. My pa het omtrent vir 20 jaar het hy op 'n plaas as 'n voorman en 'n bestuurder gewerk, wat nou ons huidige mentor is, Michael de Tooy se plaas. En hy het vir meer as 7 jaar gesukkel en aansoek gedoen by die departement om 'n plaas te kry, want dit was sy groot droom. En 2013 het hierdie plaas beskikbaar geraak en hy het toe nou hiernatoe getrek. Ek is 'n dieetkundige as 'n professie, so toe moes ek nou begin om te leer van landbou. Ek het staat gemaak op die reëse soos Charles van der Weyden wat by die departement is, Wella van die departement wat ons extension officer is, my pa as 'n mentor en dan ook het ons nog 'n mentor, Michael de Tooy. Hy het ook 'n appelplaasie naby in die vallei wat regtig vir ons leiding gee. Tot en met 2020 het ons regtig op groot skaal probeer aanplant appelvariëteite waar hierdie plaas voorheen 'n sukkelende pruime boerdery was. Die plaas is 74 hektar groot. Ons op die oomblik het ek gesê is hier omtrent so 33 hektar geplant. Ons kan nog omtrent 22 hektar plant. En ons het water vir 64 hektar. Ons het op die oomblik het ons Big Bucks wat omtrent hierdie jaar regtig in produksie gekom het. Ons het Royal Galas wat ek actually hier so 'n voorbeeld van het. Ons het Goldens, ons het Pink Lady, ons het Granny Smith, maar hy's meer net ons wat hulle noem 'n pollinator of 'n ja. So ons het baie min van dit. Ons het Sundowner en Rosy Glows. Ons voer omtrent 70% van ons appels uit na omtrent so 20 oorseese lande. Die ander tussen 20 en 30% gaan na die versappings en dit is hier by IFP wat ook die meeste mense ken dit as Appletiser. So dit is waar die ander appels na toe gaan. Wat aan Fruitwise lewer, van Fruitwise is ons langtermyn bemarking en verpakkingsagent wat ons gebruik. Was ons Granny Smiths, ons Goldens en ons Pink Ladies onder die top 10. En ek dink vir die volgende 2 jaar nog sal ons bietjie nog hulp nodig hê van die departement om ons deur te dra totdat daai ander jonger bome ook net regtig in produksie kom. Van ons kant af op die plaas, ek moet sê ons probeer regtig te kyk aan die omgewing, dis een ding om terug te gee. En seker te maak die plaas staan nog as al bestaan ons nie meer nie. So baie van die goedjies soos om cover crops te plant, om te gaan kyk na ons het sonpanele. Ons gaan nou kompos en net om seker te maak die grond bly reg. Ons doen gereeld watertoetse want water is een van daai lewensbronne wat jy as dit weg is hy weg. So dis sulke klein goedjies wat ons probeer om terug te gee. Ons het op die oomblik het ons 15 permanente werkers. Ons het 3 matriek interns op die oomblik ook. En dan het ons omtrent so 20 tot 30 seisonale werkers wat vir ons werk. Ek dink van ons werkers is geoor-educate. Want as daar 'n training opportunity is, dan stuur ek hulle. Ek sê elke keer vir hulle, opleiding is iets en kennis is iets wat niemand van jou af kan wegneem. En ek probeer hierdie mense se mindsets verander om nie te dink jy hoef net daar buite in 'n boer te werk nie. Ek wil regtig 'n impak hê dat ons jong mense ook net kan besef daar is baie geleenthede binne landbou en dit hoef nie net 'n algemene plaaswerker te wees nie. Ek het nou al so geplan, as ek moet wen, wat gaan ek met die geld maak, wat gaan ek in die besigheid daarmee, hoe kan ek dit terugploeg? So op die ouend van die dag, oral wat ons ietsie kan kry, en erkenning kan kry om die besigheid te help groei, is vir ons positief. So dit gaan regtig oor jou vinger op die pols hou, landbou leer jou om op jou knieë te bly.
Goeiemiddag, baie welkom hier by ons op Balkensrug. My naam is Antje de Peers. Ek is nou al op Balkensrug vir die afgelope 13 jaar, waarvan ek 2011 swanger geword het terwyl ek in Beaufort Wes gewerk het. Terwyl ek swanger was, het ek verlam geword. Ek het 'n tekort gehad aan bloed. Hospitaal verkeerde bloed gegee. Ek kon niks doen vir myself nie. Ek moes hier kom bly. 2013 toe ek die rolstoel het opstaan, sê my ma van my kind, jy gaan nou wys, jy is 'n wenner, jy is Martha Klein se dogter. Ek het opgestaan, weer begin leer loop en kruip soos 'n baba. Sê my ma, jy ken mos al die jare die werk wat ek gedoen het in die slaghuis. Ek kom werk binne in die slaghuis. Ons het in eerste plek, het ons slaghuis 2000 begin. Die jagters elke keer hulle goedjies saam met hulle gevat. Dis sê meneer, nee man, dis genoeg vroue op die plaas. Kom ons maak vir julle besigheid oop. Nou hoef jy vleis mee te ry nie. Ons is so 30 km vanaf Nelsport en hy Beaufort Wes is 95 km. Ons is 'n groepie vroue van 8 werkende vrouens, waarvan 1 man is. Ons bewerk hier vleise vanaf enige soort rasdier. Jy sê vir ons wat jy wil hê met jou vleis. Ons het 'n jaggroepie wat gestig het, bestellingsgroep. Die meneer sal sê, hoor ek het 10 bokke by jou. Ek soek fillets, ek soek steaks, ek soek rams, ek soek droërs en braaivors. Alles wat die kliënt vir ons sê om te doen, doen ons jou. Ons slag in 'n jaar plus minus op na 5000, 6000 diere op ons plase. Buiten die wild, dit is ook skape en daglikse diere, selfs ons hoenders ook. As jag verby is dit Angora bokhare. Plaaswerkers word altyd op neergesien. Plaaswerkers kan nie hoogtes bereik nie. En ek het altyd vir myself gesê, ek wil dit doen. My kinders wil dit doen. Ek het gesê ek wil graag vir jong mense rolmodel is. Ek sê baie jong mense sit sommer by huise en sê nee, kom ek op 'n plaas werk. Ek sê ons meneer het my dogter nou vir die afgelope 11 jaar, het ons meneer my dogter by 'n blanke skool ingesit. En sy is nou nog daar. Hier het BKB nou vir ons laat weet, sy het 'n borg gekry om volgende jaar verder te gaan studeer. En hoe sê ek, my meneer help my, so kom ek help ons meneer. Ek wil baie groot hoogtes bereik. Ek het vir my ma gesê, ek gaan nie laat haar legacy slap lê nie. Ek gaan laat haar legacy opvolg. Ons ma het gesê, my kind, jy drome, volg jou drome na. Nou my droom is, ek wil baie graag vir die wêreld wys, dat alhoewel jy 'n plaaswerker is, kan jy hoogtes bereik. My groot droom is, daar's baie vroue op die plaas, wat graag wil werk, maar hulle kindertjies by die huise. Ek wil baie graag 'n klus begin vir ons plaasvroue se kinders. Nie net op ons plaas nie, maar op die omliggende plase. Daar's baie werke wat die vroue kan doen. Als hulle steek kan borg met 'n bakkie of met 'n bussie, wat elke kind dit op sy plaas kan vat. Ek sê meer vroue kan werk dan. Tyd speel vir my baie belangrike rol by werk. Ek sê om 'n goeie diens te lewer, moet jy liewer voor jou deur daar is. Ek sê vir ons werkers in die slaghuis, onthou net, ons moet 'n goeie produk lewer aan kliënte. Maak julle werk klaar, kan julle vir huis toe gaan. Ons slaghuis gaan in September maand groter gebou word. Dit is die eerste ruimte, beweegruimte. Die hitte in ons klimaat is baie warm. En ons hou nie van die hitte nie. Nou het ek vir hulle gesê, julle, in die slaghuis is ook weiers. Daar's ook sifdeertjies en goed, as 'n vleis bederf is. Ons gooi ons se meer uit. Ons gaan nie nog gebruik en sê, ons gaan hom probeer het nie. Ons kliënte gaan vir sê, hoor julle, maar die goed het lekker geproe nie. So om dit te vermy, kat ons al soort. Soos hier het ons kwaliteit is, elke vleisproduk het sy eie bak. Biltong is een kant, vleis is een kant, jou afvallings is een kant. Dis hoe streng ons is met ons vleis hier binne. Ek wil graag ons Hemelse Vader bedank. Ek sê, alles het 'n doel. As ek nie siek geword het, sou ek nie Balkensrug vandag gesit het. Ek sê, 'n mens dink aan nee, maar toe ek siek word, het hy vir my klaar uitgeskryf wat hy wil hê jy moet doen. Die Vader het my gesê, my kind, ek het doele vir jou man, maak 'n plan. En ek het gesê, ek kom werk op die plaas. Ek het gesê, ek gaan nie by sit nie. Ek gaan kom werk en nou iets bereik in my lewe.
Hi, I'm Charlene. This is my business partner Shirley. Together, the two of us own Kotha's Broiler Chickens. We're out in Hopefield in the Western Cape. Shirley's youngest daughter is called Kotha, so we just incorporated into our business. So Kotha's Broiler Chickens. Kotha's Broiler Chickens started in 2017. I've been doing broiler chickens for a very long time because doing chickens and broiler chickens and animals is my passion. We moved down to Hopefield as we know the owners of the local abattoir here. So we purchased a small holding in Hopefield where we started applying for funding with the help of the Department of Agriculture. We got Startup, they help us, they guide us. They put up 2 broiler houses for us which can house up to 2,500 birds per run. So what we basically do is we work on a 6-weekly cycle. So you got to order your chicks at the hatchery. You tell them the amount you need. You collect the chicks. You bring it back. In the meantime, before you even fetch your chicks, your run has to be set up. Your heaters has to be on. Your water has to be checked and cleaned. Your shavings have to be done, which is for their bedding to keep them warm. And then the day you go collect the chicks, you come back. They're day-olds when you get them. They weigh between 40 and 42 grams each. Your temperature is the most important when you're doing birds. For the first 3 weeks, if you don't reach your temperature, you can forget about growing a healthy, well-sized bird. They start off on starter feed for 2 weeks. Different seasons, you give them different amounts of feed. It's the organic free-range feed that we use. There's no antibiotics in, there's nothing in that's damaging for the birds. They get fed what they are supposed to. We don't add anything else except a food doctor, which is very good for their bones and structure. And water is very important. They've got to have clean, fresh water at all times because a bird can go without food, but not without water, like any living animal or person. At 2 weeks old, they get switched over to grower feed, and then for 2 weeks, they go on to finisher. At that stage, they between 2.4 and up to 3 kilos, depending how quickly they grow. Then we catch them, we crate them, we weigh them, and they get driven and delivered to the abattoir, along with your cut-up list for your orders that you've been taken before they go to slaughter, so you know what cut-ups you need and how the abattoir's got to pack it for you. As we've only got 2 runs, when your birds is a certain age, you're already placing in the next run so that you're on a monthly slaughter basis, including your 2-week cleaning period. Once the birds is out, all the dirty manure comes out, wash, sanitize, scrub, and then we start setting up for the next lot that comes. So we've continuously got birds on the farm. We place between 1,000 and 1,200. It depends as our orders come in. The runs is designed that we've got hatches. We open the hatches when they're about 2-3 weeks old, and they're free to walk in and out as they wish. When it's dark and the lights is on, then they come in and then we come and close up for them. I just love my job to bits. I wake up in the morning, I come in, I check on them, especially if they're brooding like we are here under heaters and lights. come back and then it's cleaning and feeding, writing up the mortalities, working out how much feed we still need, what we still need to buy. You got to weigh at least once a week to make sure they're on par with what they should be. We were nominated through our extension officer, and it's very exciting because we're small. It can really boost your company. You get more exposure. The name Kothas means light at the end of the tunnel, which helps a lot in our business because we're always looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. We're hoping and praying we can be the lucky ones. It's a very good feather in the cap for our extension officer and our district manager. So we're going to strive to do our best and take it from there, all in God's hands.
Good morning, I'm Natasha Williams and I'm the founder and owner of Natasha Williams Signature Wines. We are currently standing in the beautiful Hemel en Aarde Valley. This is where I source my grapes that I use for my premium wines that I make in the Lelie van Saron range. I don't own land, but I have a fortunate opportunity to work with very good farmers and producers in the area that grow spectacular grapes. And I source the grapes from them. I make the wine in a cellar where I have an opportunity to be a bit more hands-on in the process, and I also am responsible for the sales and exports of the wine. So Natasha Williams Signature Wines is my wine business. Within that wine business, I have two wine ranges. It started off with Lelie van Saron wines, which is my premium range. It is a range that focuses on single vineyard and terroir-focused wines. It is vineyards that I've been using since 2017. In 2021, I also started a new range called the Jade range, and it is a platform where I can experiment a bit more and show a bit more of my playful side, and that's where I try to showcase new wine styles and new wine techniques, and as well as different grape varietals. So there you'll find a red blend and a sparkling wine as well. So Lelie van Saron is actually an Afrikaans phrase. I think the easiest way to translate that and to explain that in English is to refer to the lily of the valley. So lily of the valley, lily is the flower Lelie in Afrikaans, and the valley is Saron. So Saron is a small town in the Cape Winelands in the Boland where I grew up and where I was raised. So Lelie van Saron wine range pays tribute to where I come from, and just to showcase a bit more about myself and my wine journey. Coming from a small community like Saron, where it's a family community, everyone knows everyone. My success is their success, and that's how I build my business, also to give back to the community at the end, where I can take a raw product such as grapes and make something beautiful out of that, transform that product into wine, and then have the opportunity to share that with people as well, where you can build memories. I started making wine from the region in 2015, and I was very fortunate to make wines from both Hemel en Aarde and from the warmer climate in Wellington and Swartland. And I just definitely had an affinity to what the grapes and the climate show here in Hermanus, and that's why I chose to make the cool climate the home of the grapes for Lelie van Saron. In the wine industry, we always want to showcase something interesting and something new, and that pulls your product apart from the rest. And with the Lelie van Saron Chardonnay, I started incorporating a concrete egg. So the wine is fermented and aged in a concrete egg. A concrete vessel doesn't add any flavor and character to the wine, so it keeps it in its purest form. And the rest of the wine is aged in older barrels, showcasing those beautiful notes of Chardonnay. Natasha Williams Signature Wines is a very exclusive business and range. I grew from 1,000 bottles to 11,000 bottles over a span of 7 years. And even though it seems like a good growth, it was slow and steady. I mean, compared to the rest of the wine industry, this is a fraction of what you would find in a big corporate business. I feel like even being a woman in agriculture, I want to thank the women that actually broke down some walls for us and broke down some barriers. I know there was a couple of women winemakers, I look up to them today, that actually pushed the wine industry, pushed the boundaries a bit more and made it possible for myself to be an independent producer and business owner. When I graduated Stellenbosch University in 2013 and I stepped into the cellar for the first time, I was faced with the question, where do I see myself in the industry? The only answer I could find at that point is that I want to make my wine one day. I now export my wines to 7 countries, and locally I have good distribution in Johannesburg, and in Cape Town you can find my wines. Natasha Williams Signature Wines is me. What motivated me to enter the competition this year? It has been something that's been on my radar for a couple of years, and I've seen the success of other very successful women in agriculture. I like to push myself and push the boundaries a bit more. If I win this competition, I will definitely play my role in paying it forward. I'm a very strong believer in mentoring, and I've been very fortunate over the past decade to have very strong women that has mentored me, and I want to fulfill that as well in my community in Saron and with the youth there. I enjoy everything about what I do.